Good morning, everybody. Hope everything is going really well for you. I wish I could see you. Unfortunately, in this digital world, I can't. Maybe we'll get into some webinars and stuff like that in the new year. So, I want to go over resistance this morning. What resistance is basically stuff that's it's stopping you, or it's slowing you down, or it's effort, I suppose. Um, what form does resistance come in? Well, when you actually look at it, it's like we do pretty damn well. We've got gravity, which is resistance. So on planet Earth here, we've got adverse weather conditions when it's cold, wet, damp, windy, whatever. We don't want to go out, or we back off. So physically in the body, is aches or pains. It's like, oh, are you just kind of you know getting out of bed, or the effort to push through that resistance that the body is kind of going, no, 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 I'm fine, let me relax, whatever. You've got resistance amongst friends, amongst family. It's like, no, just chill out, relax, or I don't know whether that will work, or I wouldn't bother my arse doing that, or that sort of, so very often in your, the people around you can be a resistance to what you want to do and achieve. Your own mind, of course, is a resistance that plays games. We all know that, whether it's, voices, kind of, the good guy and the bad guy here, swaying you or whatever. So your mind, as we know, is a great tool for reasoning and for, figuring out solutions and making good decisions, but also can be an enemy as well. So the better shape your mind is, the better or the less resistance you will have. So there's all sorts of resistance around us, and when you actually look at it, it's like, crikey, we do well. We have to push through an awful lot. So one of the other subjects I'm going to go over soon is partnerships, because that can help resistance. Now, that's partnerships in marriage, in friendships, in business, and so on, because we survive together as a community, and the better people you're allied up with and the better partners you have, the less resistance will be in your space, and the more you'll be freer to actually create whatever it is you want to create. So resistance is an awful thing, and some of the tips to get through that is, if you go back to moments when you were doing really, really well in life, so when you created what I consider like a masterpiece or a work of art, where you created something beautiful, whether it was a business deal you did, or whether it was just meeting that particular person, or having the courage to kind of go on stage and sing that beautiful song, whatever it was. So something that really was like, oh my God, you just felt so wonderful. That's usually like a very spiritual experience. It's like when you go to a concert with your favorite artist, or you're in a session with some beautiful music going on, and you just feel elated. They're spiritual moments, and at those times you'll find you don't have any resistance, if any, or maybe very little, certainly not noticeable. So what you're trying to do is get to that state, so that you're constantly in that state. Now, there's hard work and all that sort of stuff goes behind it, but if you can actually realise that there's a lot of resistance all the time, just kind of trying to pull you back, or knock you off. Even take marketing as a resistance, when you kind of you get distracted and you kind of, oh, look at this over here, oh, maybe I should be doing that, or maybe I want to look like that, whatever. They're all, challenges and slowing you down, as opposed to going 100 miles an hour to get that, to create those spiritual moments that you want to create. So realise resistance is an awful thing, but it's a challenge. And if you realise you can overcome it by surrounding yourself with the right people, by having a lovely home or a lovely aesthetic space, keeping order in, no backlogs, partnering up with great people, not settling for average, and understanding your goals and your purposes and working towards achieving them, you will have less resistance around you. It just makes sense. You'll be on the dual carriageway, or the motorway as we have now here in Ireland, and you'll be able to just keep on that straight track, and you'll be going from Dublin to Cork, or from, you know, Galway to Dublin, whatever it is, and it's a straight motorway, and you might see things here and there and observe them on the other side, but ultimately you're free and you're going in a direction, and you've very little resistance because you're in the right vehicle with the right passengers, with the right tires and the right fuel, and so on and so forth. So resistance, realise it's there. Don't beat yourself up when you find it hard and, you know, things are dragging a little bit and stuff like that. See where the resistance is coming from and handle it. Just look around. Every so often, we went over a review recently, and it's about kind of taking time to think, taking time to stop and look back and see, you know, how's it going? Taking time to look at your statistics, and are they going up, are they going down, or what ones are going up and what ones are going down, and see where the resistance is in those areas, and fix the resistance, and realise that it's usually something else, because spiritually you're trying to achieve some goal for yourself or for others, and it's just bullshit that comes in and kind of slows that or stops that. So get that drive into gear, because that's the, you know, when we spoke about purpose and drive, that's like the fuel that actually keeps you going and keeps that resistance at bay, because you can beat resistance all the time. If you look at athletes beat it, you know, top performers beat it constantly. You know, there's things coming up and problems, stuff like that. They're just solving, and keep going forward, keep the distractions away, keep the barking dogs away. Okie dokie. Sorry, I went on a little longer than I expected. By the way, I'm doing these not in my usual out and about environment, purely because the sound, I believe, is crap. And there might be something wrong with the phone. I'm not sure. I get it checked out. So in the meantime, I'm just going to do them from home, car, or maybe the odd one in a good environment. Cheers.